Hello, Teacher Guide, and welcome to Classroom Quest K-12. I'm your host, Stephanie Seagroves, and I'm so happy you've decided to join me on this epic teaching quest. It's no secret that students have changed, and student disengagement is a challenge that many teachers face. Here at Classroom Quest K-12, we use video game rules to both engage students and elevate academic expectations. Here at Classroom Quest K-12, the teacher is the guide and the student is the hero of the educational journey. So join me as we explore how to use the Mastery Gamification teaching methodology in our classrooms to help students succeed using Mastery Gamification rules that they naturally understand. If you believe, like I do, that with enough time, effort, and support, any student can learn anything, you're in the right place. So let's jump right in. Hey there, teacher friend. Welcome to Classroom Quest K-12. So glad you could join me today. Today we're talking about a very important part in Mastery Gamification, which is how to get the parents on your side, right? So all the parents of our students are very different, very unique, very diverse, and occasionally communicating with them can be a challenge, especially when you're trying new research-based things that maybe weren't in school when they were in school, right? So we are going to talk about how to communicate best with parents to make sure that everyone is on the same team. But first, a little bit of news. I took 2 weeks off for spring break. I hope you did too. Oh my goodness. Take some time, teachers. Take some time to relax, to recharge, do all the self-care stuff. That's important. So make sure you're taking some time off too. We're getting into the busy time of the year now, right? We're in April, and I don't know about you, but I have less than 2 months left of school now. So here's hoping we got this. We got this, teacher friend. We got it. All right, so let's get into the parent factor in Mastery Gamification. I hope you find this as useful as I did when I discovered all this stuff. So we know a lot of times that parents of our students can be kind of the wild card in education. It's just all of our students are so diverse and their parents are from different backgrounds. They're diverse, different communication styles, different experiences growing up and going to school. I mean, people are different. That's a thing. And the very fact that they're the parents often means that they're not teachers, right? So a lot of times us as teachers, we can kind of get into our own little jargon. We have all of our abbreviations, IEPs, 504 plans. We got all the jargon. We got all the stuff. So it is very important that we clarify our communication when it comes to new research-based methods, especially if the parent is not familiar with them or if they weren't there when the parent went to school. As it seems, most parents really want to be supportive of their kids in the classroom. They really want to help them out. They want to make sure they succeed. What parent doesn't want to see their kids succeed? It's just sometimes when you're trying new stuff, parents get confused because it's different and it's new and they don't have a teaching degree. And that is very valid. So we're going to talk about how to communicate with parents today and make sure that everything goes smoothly to make the best learning environment for our students. So, as educators, we all know that the function of a supportive parent makes a huge difference in the academic success of the student. We all know if the parent values education and encourages their child to do their best, and the teacher is also encouraging the child to do their best, then this makes a positive learning environment for the student. So there are 3 main points if you're running a Mastery Gamification classroom where I recommend communication with parents. 3 very specific strategic points. And in this episode, I'm going to give you some sample emails that you could use. Definitely customize them so they sound like you. And if you want to see these in print, they'll be on my blog this week. So just go to seagrowstrategies.com, click on my blog, and go to this week's blog. It'll be the blog for April 9th. And You could see these and use them as well. So the first time that I recommend communicating to parents intentionally is right at the beginning of the school year, right? Okay, I'm not telling you anything new. Everybody knows this. So parents like to hear what's going on in the kid's classroom. I like to hear what's going on in my kid's classroom. I'm a parent and a teacher, and I like to know what's going on. So in addition to putting aspects of mastery gamification in your syllabus, I also recommend sending out an email to all the parents of your students. That email could go something like this. Subject: welcome to a year of empowering learning objectives in insert your subject or grade here. Dear parents and guardians, I hope this message finds you well and brimming with excitement for the new school year ahead. I'm thrilled to have your child in my class this year, and I'm looking forward to a journey filled with growth, challenges, and triumphs. In our classroom, we're not just focused on learning the curriculum, we're dedicated to mastering it in a way that engages and empowers every student. This year, we're implementing a mastery gamification methodology, an innovative approach to education that I'm eager to share with you. All right, we're starting off the email nice and positive. That's the way to go. Very glad your child's here. Every child brings something unique to our classroom, and we celebrate that right at the beginning. Mastery gamification is a teaching strategy designed to enhance learning by incorporating elements of game design and game mechanics into the educational process. It is built on the foundation of standards-based learning, mastery learning, and of course, gamification. The core of this methodology is to encourage a mindset of perseverance and determination, qualities that are crucial for success in both academic and personal realms. Here's a brief overview of how mastery gamification works in our classroom. 1. Standards and power standards. We begin by identifying the key standards that students need to master over the course of the year. These power standards are the essential skills and knowledge that are critical for students' success. Number 2, minimum mastery level. For each standard, we determine a minimum mastery level. This level represents the essential understanding and skill that every student needs to demonstrate. 3, structured learning units. The curriculum is divided into manageable units, each focused on specific standards. This structure helps students focus on mastering one concept at a time. 4, levels and assignments. Each standard is associated with a level in the gamified system. Assignments and assessments are designed to allow students to demonstrate mastery of each level. 5. Flexible delivery methods. We use various methods to deliver material and collect assignments, ensuring that every student can access the learning in a way that works best for them. 6. Unlimited redos. One of the most powerful aspects of our approach is the opportunity for unlimited redos. If a student does not meet the minimum mastery level on an assignment or on a test, they are encouraged to try again. Read required to try again, applying the feedback and insights gained from their initial attempt. This process underscores the belief that learning is a journey, with mistakes serving as valuable stepping stones. And last, number 7, gamified story and progression. Each student's journey through the standards is framed as an exciting story, with challenges, or assignments, and boss battles, major assessments, that make the learning process engaging and dynamic. This approach reinforces the importance of grit, a steadfast determination to overcome obstacles. We believe that by enforcing challenges and learning from setbacks, students develop resilience and confidence that will serve them well beyond the classroom. We're on an exciting path towards not just academic success, but the cultivation of lifelong learners who are prepared to tackle any challenge with perseverance and a positive attitude. I invite you to join me on this journey, supporting your child in embracing the opportunities and lessons this year will undoubtedly bring. Should you have any questions or wish to discuss this further, please don't hesitate to reach out. Together, we're not just teaching, we're transforming the way our children learn. Warm regards, teacher name, teacher contact information. So that's your first email that I recommend sending out right at the beginning of the year, just to get everybody going on the same page. Parents, very understandably, will make assumptions about how your class works. They'll assume that your class is like the other classes that their student is in. Very reasonable. But that's not the case right now. So we need to give parents a little bit of heads up so they're not surprised when things turn out differently. Then, of course, make sure that you've already addressed some of the Mastery Gamified elements in your syllabus. So along with those 2 points of contact at the beginning of the year, hopefully you've kind of given parents a taste and started to prepare them for what's to come this year and how well their students will be learning. And then the second time that I'd recommend sending out a contact to parents is right before the first boss battle or before the first major assessment. All right, so a lot of parents kind of assume that tests are a one-time thing and that students will not necessarily have the chance to retake it, and they have to super stress out the night before because the test is on that day, and if they're not ready, they gotta stay up all night, and they gotta cry, and they gotta study, and they gotta do all the terrible stuff of traditional assessments. Right? Okay, I'm not hating on any teachers that do traditional assessments. Don't get me wrong. Every teacher, you're wonderful. Keep it going, keep it going. But parents are going to expect that the testing is similar to other classes. So, before your first boss battle, I recommend sending out an email to parents that could go something like this. Let me read it to you. Subject: important update regarding testing windows and mastery opportunities. Dear parents and guardians, I hope this email finds you well. In your subject or grade, class, we are about to have our first boss battle, assessment. And I want to assure you that our Mastery Gamification approach is designed with every student's success in mind. If your student does not do well on the first test, there are key features of our methodology that directly address these concerns. Firstly, it's important to understand that our grading system is built to emphasize learning and mastery over timing. If your child misses a testing window resulting in a temporary grade of 0, please know that this is not a final assessment of their understanding or abilities. In our classroom, we operate on the principle that learning is a process, and progress takes time. Therefore, we provide unlimited redos for all assessments with no late deductions. This approach allows students the flexibility to learn at their own pace and ensures that when they do take the test, they're fully prepared and confident in their understanding. Here's what this means for your student. Unlimited redos. Your child can retake the test at any time during the next available testing window. We encourage students to view these redos not as repeats, but as opportunities for growth and improvement. No late deductions. We understand that life happens, and sometimes schedules don't align. There are no penalties for taking a test after the initial window has closed. Our goal is for students to learn the material thoroughly, not just within a predetermined time frame. Grade replacement. Once your child retakes the test and demonstrates their mastery of the content, the initial grade of 0 will be replaced with their new grade. This ensures that their hard work and learning are accurately reflected in their overall performance. I want to emphasize that our priority is your child's learning and development. The Mastery Gamification approach is designed to foster an environment where students are encouraged to take risks, learn from their mistakes, and ultimately achieve a deep understanding of the material. We believe this process cultivates resilience, independence, and a love for learning that will benefit them far beyond our classroom. If you or your student have any concerns or need further clarification on the process, please do not hesitate to reach out. My goal is to support your child's learning journey in every way possible, and communication is key to achieving this. Together, we can ensure a positive and productive learning experience for your student. Thank you for your understanding and support. Warm regards. Teacher name, teacher contact information. So that's the email that we send right before the first boss battle, so that parents get an idea that the tests in this class are different and that we're striving for mastery, not necessarily a one and done test that we stress out to get ready for before we're ready. And hopefully that'll get you parents on the same page. Once parents learn that their students have unlimited retakes on tests in your class, parents love this system, right? So the unlimited retakes gives their kid the chance they need. It's good stuff. All right, the third instance where I recommend parent contact, and this one is quite important, is if a student starts to fall behind. In the Mastery Gamification methodology, students pass each level at the minimum mastery level, which I recommend to set at 75%. However, it takes some students longer to achieve that minimum mastery level than others, and that is very normal, and that is one of the reasons we have the Mastery Gamification methodology, to give those students the time they need to master the material. However, some students hear words like unlimited redos and flexible test dates, and instead of using those as a chance to achieve excellence, they might be tempted to use it as an excuse to never actually take the test. So, at that point, it might be a good time for parent contact. Here's an example email that you could send to parents to explain the situation and help the student get back on track. So this subject, supporting, insert student's name here, success in our Mastery Gamified classroom. Dear, insert parent or guardian's name here. I hope this message finds you well. As we navigate through the academic year, I wanted to take a moment to discuss your child, student's name, and their progress in our class. Our Mastery Gamification approach aims to make learning an engaging and rewarding experience for every student. However, I've noticed that student's name has been facing some challenges lately that I believe we can overcome together. In our class, we use boss battles, which are assessments, study quests, which are homework and study assignments, and level ups, which is progression through the learning standards, to gamify the learning process. These elements are designed to motivate students by making their learning journey feel like an adventure. Unfortunately, student name has shown a lack of engagement with these activities, which has impacted their ability to keep pace with the class. Student name has been hesitant to participate in boss battles and study quests, and this has affected their overall grade and understanding of the course material. Mastery of the content is crucial in our gamified system, as each student's progress depends on demonstrating their knowledge and skills at every level. To support student's name in catching up and making the most of the opportunities our classroom offers, here are some suggestions. Number 1, home support. Encouraging student's name to dedicate time at home for review and preparation can significantly impact their confidence and performance. Creating a quiet, distraction-free study space can also help improve focus and productivity. Number 2, utilizing class time. I will work with student's name to develop strategies for using class time more effectively. This includes participating in group discussions, asking questions, and engaging in in-class activities that prepare them for boss battles and level ups. Number 3, extra help. I'm available for extra help sessions after school, during lunch. Insert any time that you could give students some extra help here. I strongly encourage student's name to take advantage of these opportunities for one-on-one assistance and guidance. Number 4, goal setting. Together with student's name, we can set achievable goals for each week. These goals can include completing specific study quests, preparing for an upcoming boss battle, or improving a particular skill. Celebrating these small victories can boost motivation and engagement. Number 5, feedback and redos. Reminding student's name that our class allows for unlimited redos on boss battles can alleviate the pressure of perfection. Encouraging them to view feedback as a tool for growth rather than criticism can also help shift their perspective on learning. I believe in student's name ability to overcome these challenges and excel in our classroom. Your support and encouragement at home are invaluable to their success. If you have any concerns, suggestions, or would like to discuss this further, please don't hesitate to contact me. Let's work together to ensure student's name not only catches up, but thrives in our learning community. Thank you for your time and support. I look forward to our collaboration in fostering a positive and productive learning environment for student's name. Warm regards, teacher name, teacher contact information. So this is an important email to send as well. Parents need to know when their student is starting to fall behind. So if it's taking the student 3 levels worth of time to achieve the minimum mastery standard on level 1, then there could be something a little bit wrong with students' priorities, and they might need some help setting aside some daily time to work on their classwork for your class. And an email like this, obviously customized to your classroom and to what you think the student needs, can be a very helpful thing. A lot of times parents will very much appreciate an email like this, especially with its supportive nature, where it's offering help and support and not criticizing the student. So, those are my 3 emails that I recommend sending out to parents. First one right at the beginning of the year. The second one before your first boss battle. And then, of course, if the student starts to fall behind. If we take the time to send these emails to parents, and now you have these templates that I gave you to make it very easy and quick, then it will make a much more successful environment for each student. All right, so that's our main topic, all said, all done, all good. And now it's time to move on to what is happening in a Mastery Gamified classroom. So, oh my goodness, it's been spring break. And as we all know, spring break can make students a little bit crazy. It's kind of a thing, right? We're all thinking about summer. They don't really want to be in school anymore. They just kind of want to go outside. The weather's getting warmer. This is very normal. This happens every spring. This is the career we chose, and that's what happens to kids in the spring, and that's fine and normal. And along with that, we still have classroom objectives to maintain. So, this is the time of year where it's time to step up the story aspect. Step up getting kids into the story, add in a few side quests. I'll talk about side quests in a future episode. Kind of change it up. Don't let the classroom get into the monotony of just we're doing the exact same thing every day. Don't let them get discouraged if they're falling behind. Give the support, get it quick, keep it moving, because that's what these students need. So that's much easier said than done. I completely understand that because I'm struggling with it myself in my classroom, especially since I took spring break off too. I did not gamify anything during spring break. And that was a really good decision for me. And I'm happy with that. And I'm good with that. And I hope you're taking time to take care of yourself as well. But that does mean that I have to be very creative on the fly to keep things moving. So we've kind of taken a few days to take our time and review and continue the story. I'll tell you what, my new secret weapon lately, let me tell you my secret weapon. Don't tell anybody. No, I'm kidding. Tell everybody. Everybody should use this. So ChatGPT-4 using DALL-E for images is amazing and such a game changer. Oh my goodness. When I can get the actual images that go along with these stories that I've created. In my Spanish class, I have all these bad guys from myths from Spanish-speaking countries. And I can I can create the exact images that I need for my story. It really helps to suck the kids in. A good image is amazing. And you never really think about it until you use it. But I've noticed that the images have been instrumental in pulling them into the story. And the day that I miss something or the day that we can't do our story because, well, Senora Seagroves took spring break off, they ask for it. They ask for the stories. They like the stories. They like the pictures. They like the interaction. They like the storyline. And that's one of the main ways to keep them going and keep them engaged. Pretty cool. So, like I said, easier said than done, but that does seem to be the key. All right, teacher friend, now it is time for your Mastery Gamification Teacher Challenge. This week, your challenge, should you choose to accept it, and you probably should, is to figure out a couple instrumental, strategic times of the year when you should contact parents just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Feel free to go to my website and go to my blog to see templates here that I've given you. They'll be right in my blog. You can just copy and paste and use them. Customize them to work for you, and see if your relationship with parents and the student's motivation improves suddenly. Pretty great. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Classroom Quest K-12. I hope you have a wonderful week, and thanks again. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Classroom Quest K-12, and I hope it inspires you to level up the learning in your classroom. If you like what you heard, please subscribe and leave me a rating and review wherever you listen. It really helps me out. And if you want to schedule a meeting with me to see how we can customize the Mastery Gamification methodology to your grade and curriculum, find me at my Facebook, Instagram, or my website at seagrowstrategies.com. I'd love to help you level up your classroom and help you turn your students into classroom heroes. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time.